Hello all, welcome to Kalam Learning Lab YouTube channel. In this video, I want to explain you about how to understand a behavior of any person and how do you judge a person's behavior, and you can by using this formula. It's not my formula, it's well-known Professor Dr. Fogg have given this beautiful framework to understand any person's behavior. And he's basically from Stanford University. He has given this framework to understand any person's behavior. You can write this behavior as B is equal to MAT, M-A-T. Okay, so B stands for behavior, and what is M? M is your motivation, and A stands for ability, and T is for trigger. Now I'll try to explain this with a beautiful example so that you can understand in a better way. Assume that I have my friend by name Rohit. Okay, now I'm calling him. Okay, when I call him, he don't have that motivation to receive my call. So my his behavior is he is not motivated to receive my call. So that is about motivation, and that is with that one point you can understand his behavior. Second is ability. Now he's traveling. The mobile, he can't take it as mobile from his pocket, or it is heavy traffic, or it is switched off, or it is in silent mode, or he didn't notice that I called him, or the mobile is kept in his bag, or it is in the car or somewhere. So ability, he was not able to take up my call. So that can be the second reason. And last is trigger. Now what is trigger is? Trigger is something that which originates from motivation, but trigger is something he has got that ability to complete that task, that activity, that or he is completely ignoring the call. So these are the three things which will decide any person's behavior. And why it is very important is, normally whenever we try to teach any student, it's very important for a teacher that teacher always try to blame a student's performance by seeing external things. What do I mean by external things is like marks, his attendance, how many times he did some mischievous activity, or what is his co-curricular activities. And then we have set our KPIs, key performance indicators, and we judge that what he is doing in classroom, and we tell that acha, this is not going fine. But what is not visible to him, to the teacher is this behavior. A student has got this capacity, or not, or he is motivated to do it or not. Now he has got ability to do this or not. He has got the trigger to complete the task. For example, you have assigned him a task, but he don't have that motivation to take it up. So why there is a problem? What is the reason for it? Is it from your end? You have not given that curiosity to do, or he is not felt that it is not interesting, or he is looking at, if I do this, what I will get. He is an outcome oriented fellow, or is it he don't want to get into the mess of understanding the process. He is only calculating the marks that he want to get at the end, which is nowhere, and this project is nowhere connected to for his marks. Now this is very important point that you have to understand as a teacher, why there is a lack of motivation. What is the reason that he is not motivated to do? And second is ability. There can be financial ability problem, there can be emotional ability, or it could be any kind of ability, maybe logistic ability, he can't afford those things, or there is no proper things available with him. So is there any problem with that? And third is trigger. He started it, but he is unable to complete that task. So he is somewhere in between. So it's very important for any educator or teacher or any trainer or consultant or coach, mentor. We are always looking at the KPIs, key performance indicator, which is outside, and we are judging a student. But it's very important that there are invisible KPIs like motivation and ability and trigger, and we have to understand these three parameters, and that will help any student. See, it's like to to give a complete frame for a photo, you should also use a beautiful camera and take a photo and take a printout of it. That is one phase. But if you want to put it on a wall, you should have a wooden stick so that it can put a right frame. So framing is also very important. What do I mean by that is, after teaching, it is very important to evaluate the impact what it happened. I mean, a teacher should evaluate his impact. I mean, after teaching, what he got from that. So as a teacher, we should use this framework so that we will be, we all will be more responsible when it comes to teaching. But here we have taken this as a passion or profession where we are not understanding the student perspective, where we are not being user centric and try to understand the behavior, so that we can not only just teach, but at the same time we can analyze the impact of our classes and our subject. So that can create more massive impact both in personal and professional life. Both of even here the beauty is both the student and also the teacher, all the stakeholders in this will be benefited from this. If you teach well and the impact is great, the students will move ahead, and if the student is going great, and the institutes will grow, and he will join a good company, and everywhere everybody is benefited in a better way. So by this point, I just want you people to use this Dr. Fox behavior theory, where again I'm repeating it: B is equal to MAT. B stands for behavior, M stands for motivation, A stands for ability, and T stands for trigger. So if you understand these all parameters, maybe it might help you to be a better communicator, and also we all can contribute and construct a better education world. Thank you all. Let's teach to learn.